over the coming weeks, this beautiful young woman was preparing for her travels. And there were many moments where she was opening up awareness of some of the comforts that she had grown accustomed to. And she was needing to make choices. Does she resist the calling to go out to this adventure of spreading what it is that she knows, what she's being guided to go share, and stay in her old habits? Or does she come fully into awareness of these comforts and release them and move through the discomfort into that unknown area in her that is to be released, transformed? And is it possible that these old habits could be dismantled so quickly? Absolutely. And one of the biggest ones was the comfort of food. Here she was, so used to abundance in their community, participating and preparing as a family these wonderful meals and enjoying them with their friends, their family. And one night, she was aware that it was important for her to not participate at all. And she went for a walk instead, miles and miles, knowing all the while that she was missing one of the very joys of her existence. And while on that walk, she heard in the small, still voice that was in her heart a very clear communication. It's okay. It's okay to feel the disconnection from that which you once knew. It's okay to release the power that this holds upon you. For this time that you walk, this is going to be what your life is going to be like for some time. And yet you will meet new friends. You will explore new ideas. You will bring into new communities the very essence of what will inspire life to be resurrected in them. And so, this small, temporary sacrifice of being without that which you have grown accustomed to, trust it. It's in everyone's best interest. It's in your villagers' best interest, your family. All of creation has come to support you. And this won't be the only thing that you will be facing. There will be other growths that you'll have along this journey that will be of great expansiveness for your benefit. Are you willing? Are you willing? Are you willing? And she knew, even in the question, the answer existed that yes, she was being asked to come into a willingness to allow for these dramatic changes that would be dramatic with a significant amount of resistance, or it could be gentle and loving and peaceful and beautiful if she allowed for herself to go in flow with it. The choice each time an obstacle of this nature arose became obvious, except for one time when she did resist. She couldn't bear the thought at the last moment prior to her journey of going out and leaving her children. There was this resistance that came up and created destructive tendencies. She began to fight and argue amongst the villagers. And one day, one of her children pointed out that there was much discord in the community and that it seemed to consistently start with her. It was confronting to her, and she went back to step one. She made her home in the breath, allowed herself to see some of her hurts and pains, and she realized that she had a belief that her role was to be where it was, and that she's never seen an example of another in her tribal history do what it is that she was about to do. She was breaking from this tradition, and it was a challenge, and she wanted to be pushed away. So she created strife in order for people to realize it would be much better if she were just gone, and to have peace finally when she had departed. It was her child bringing this into her awareness, and her allowing for the process to inform her that it was okay to leave peacefully, that she didn't need them to hate her, to push her away, to feel better when she was gone. And it was after that moment that she began to repair some of the relationship damage that she had started. She apologized. She apologized first to the people closest to her, and she asked for support, that if she were to begin something that would lead to strife and they saw it, she gave them permission to point it out to her immediately. She asked for the accountability to maintain her beingness such that upon the day of her departure, she could indeed leave and be at peace and know that her family and her community was at peace. And it was exactly what happened. The day of her departure came, and there was a huge celebration. And the weeks after her awareness of the cause of her strife came up were very gentle, very loving, extraordinary opportunities to bring forth what it was that she was going to most need on her trip. She felt prepared, and the community and her family felt ready from love to send her off rather than pushing out something that was a nuisance or a struggle that had been there for some period of time prior to this revelation. In your life, where is it that you're being guided? As you go through this practice and you see that that source of life is moving through you to bring those creations further out into the world, what are you being asked to do? And where is it that you might have resistance? Whether you're conscious of it or not, allow yourself to become conscious of it. Open up to the willingness to change the habits that you've had and be taught anew. Be reframed into this clarity of action that's going to be most supportive of you and everyone in your life. This is your opportunity. Embrace, embrace, embrace. Something that may seem like this significant obstacle, if it's bringing up tension in you, consistently go back to the breath, allow for the pains to come up, and let go of what it is that you thought had to be in order for you to be who it is that you are. For that is a false representation of who you're becoming. It's a hanging on that is no longer of service. And as you long for this and you become more aware of this love surfacing in you and overflowing into your creations. You're going to continue to use this practice, at least those who want the opportunity that's coming, the opportunity to live fully as the very expression of love in all your moments. This path is a path that has been well worn by many, and yet so many get stuck along the way, for they don't know that it is at times an opportunity that is appearing when they judge it as a struggle. Where is it in your life that you're going to be moved and changed? What relationships will transform? We know not what it is that a single thing is, except for in this moment we can trust as we're refined and as we're invited to bring these creations out into the world, just as this young woman is invited to bring what she is going to offer out to the villages. You have in you something that's going to be birthing forward, wanting to express through you, and you too will be moved out of your comfort zones. You will be shifted and changed into who it is that you will need to be